Hi everyone, I'm Allie with Potomac Beads, and today's tutorial is going to show you how to do the Queen of Hearts bracelet. We're going to be working with the new EVA beads in addition to the DropDuo beads. So gather up your materials that were just listed before and join me to make this really cute and adorable Queen of Hearts bracelet. So to begin the Queen of Hearts bracelet, you're going to, like I said, be gathering up your materials, and we're going to be doing this nice heart design, and we're really going to overplay it by using a pink drop duo and a red, lava red round duo, switching out kind of the purple and the lilac gold. I have on a piece of thread here, a size 10 beading needle. You can use a 12 if you want, but a 12 and 10 are both going to be fine for this. I have about 5 feet of beading thread, and I'm going to begin by adding on a stop bead. This is a bead that eventually will come off my project, but I want to leave enough thread at the end in order to do my clasp. Because this bracelet, we're going to be building on the components as we go, so we're never coming back down the project. So I want to leave about 10 inches to come back and attach my button. And I'm going to take the thread and needle through the stop bead 2 times. This bead is not a bead that is in my project, so that helps me keep track of what bead to take off and to know that it's not included in the project itself. So I have that stop bead on, and now I'm going to get ready by adding my first of my round duos. To get there, I'm going to add 3 of my 15s, and the 15s I have in that metallic dark raspberry color, and then I'm going to add 1 of my round duos. From here, we're going to, like I said, kind of be starting on the side and going around the project. So I'm going to pick up my first EVA bead, and the EVAs that I'm using are in the Aztec gold color. We're going to pick up an EVA when it's facing like an A through the left-hand leg of the A. I'm going to let that all drop down next to that stop bead. From here, I'm going to go in and grab my drop duos. I'm going to grab 2 drop duos with a 15 on each side. When I grab the drop duos, I want to make sure that I'm grabbing those 2 15s on the sides of the drop duos through the point. From here, I'm going to pick up my next of my EVA beads, and this time I'm going to face it so the carrot is facing down, more of a V shape, and I'm coming out that left-hand leg. When I'm out the left-hand leg here, I'm going to add a 15, 1 of my round duos, and a 15. I'll then have you go through the second leg of that gold EVA that your thread is coming out of, and that's going to pop that round duo bead right there in the middle of the EVA bead. From here, we're going to add our next heart, so I want you to add a 15 as well as 2 drop duos and a 15. From there, you're going to pick up the first EVA bead that we added and go down the right side of the A leg. Pulling that nice and tight. You want to kind of push those hearts to the back to get that nice little kiss there, those little hearts. And when I'm coming out the front, I'm going to add 1 15 and link on to the hole that my thread is coming out of. Push that out of the way. Make sure that stop bead and those seed beads are kind of out of the way there. I'm going to add 1 more seed bead and go through the first EVA bead and come out right after the EVA bead before the 15. Give a nice little tight pull, and then I have my first little component. Again, the drop duos are going to want to turn. Make sure they're sitting in that heart style so that way you can actually get the thread as tight as possible. Coming out of the EVA bead, before going into the second hole of the drop duo, I want you to pick up 2 15s. So we're going to go 2 15s, making sure you're out of the EVA and you're not coming out of the 15 there at the bottom. Go through the EVA bead, and then add your 2 15s and go through the second hole of that drop duo. Between the drop duos, we're going to add 1 15, go through the next drop duo through that second hole, 2 more 15s are going to get added. And then this time we're going to sew into the EVA bead. And come on out. That's going to put those drop duos so they're sitting nice and kind of in that heart shape. Going over then, I'm going to go through the 15 and the round duo and the 15 and then come out through just the EVA bead. Remember, you don't want to go into that 15-0. Coming out the EVA bead, go ahead and add 2 15s, and we're going to catch on to the second hole of the drop duos on this side here. So 2 go on, then 1 acts as a separator, kind of creating that heart illusion. And then coming out of my second drop duo, I'm going to add 2 15s and then have you go through that EVA bead again. Now for this one, we're going the whole way around here multiple times because it's our starter. And I just want to give a nice tight pull, kind of push those stop beads out of the way. And then as I come around, I'm going to get my needle back in position, coming out the bottom of that round duo. To do so, we're going back through everything that we just did. So I'm going back through that round duo, the 15, all the way around this outer edge. Many projects, when I work with them and do them, I'll actually use 2 needles. This is one of those you could use 2 needles if you want for this Queen of Hearts bracelet. But I'm going to use 1 and kind of go around multiple times. And as I come around here, we're going to get to the point again where we are sewing back through, and we're going to get to the round duo bead. And then, once we're at the round duo, we'll do our connection point here. So I'm going through my 15s, through my EVA, and then as I come out through that EVA bead, I want you to go through, again, the 15 and that round duo. So I'm going to go through my 15, and then I'm going to go through my round duo. So I do want to show at this point that it's a really cute idea actually to make these as little component earrings. Instead of, if I was doing this as little component earrings, you could actually use 2 more of your drop duos to make the heart sit inside of the EVA bead a little bit tighter. Around the edges then here, I'm coming through my round duo, and I'm going to pick up 3 15s. So go ahead and pick up 3 15s on your needle, go through the second hole of that same lava red round duo, add 3 more 15s when you're out the other side, and we're going back through to that starter side. So you're basically sewing from the left all the way up to the right and back down to the left. That's going to decorate the outside of the round duo with some 15-0s. From here, I'm going to go through my 15-0s and through my round duo and out. There I have my little first connection point, and basically what we're going to be doing now is starting over. So I have my 15-0 on, and then we're ready for our next of our EVA beads. I'm going to face the EVA so that it looks like an A, put the EVA on, and then coming out the EVA bead here, it's time to put on my hearts. 1 15, and then you're going on to the drop duos with that first hole of those drop duos. Grab 1 more 15, add your next EVA bead. This time when you add the EVA, you're going to be having it down like a V. You're going through that first leg, add a 15, then a round duo, then a 15. So through the bottom leg of that EVA, give a nice little tight yank to make sure that no extra thread is exposed. Add 1 15, 2 more of your drop duos, and then another 15. Coming back through the EVA bead, come in full circle around them. Coming out here at the end, on goes a 15 to your needle and through your round duo. So basically that starting section happens now over and over and over again. My next little line of action in my Queen of Hearts is to go through the 15, through the EVA bead, and then add in my 2 seed beads, 1 seed bead, 2 seed beads, through again, and then we're going to circle the whole way around back to the round duo. I'm going to continue to add these components to make that Queen of Hearts longer, adding in my little kissing round duo or drop duos so they form that heart shape, and adding in the EVA beads as well. So as I'm getting closer at the end here, I'm going to show you, as I'm running out of thread on one side, since I have ample thread on the other, I'm going to put the clasp on. I'll make one more component, and then I'll show you how to add the clasp at the end as well. So putting on the clasp here, I have my cup button, and I went back and forth with using a cute little heart button, but I decided to go with a cup button. That way it doesn't look so much kind of Valentine's-y. And what I am doing is coming out of my last round duo bead. From here, I'm going to add 5 of my 15-0 seed beads coming out of that last round duo. And then I want you to go up through the back of the cup button. So you're going to go up through the cup button. And then we're going to come down through the other side of the cup button. What I'm actually going to do is put a couple of my 15-0s. I'm going to do 3 here. If you had any gold 15s, these would look handy as well, or gold 11s. I'm going to go down through the other side of the button, pull it close to the clasp there, and then add 5 more 15s. And then after I add my 5 15s, I'm going to go into that last round duo bead, into the other side where the thread was coming out of. And as I pull tightly then, that brings that button right there. I'm going to reinforce this, going back through the seed beads, out through the button, and then go through the seed beads as well along the top of the button, down through the other hole, and out through the beads along the back. Anytime you have a clasp or closure, you want to make sure that you are reinforcing that area and that you have more than one thread going through. From here, I'll go through that round duo, which may be a little bit tight with this size 10 needle, one more time. And if you want to go ahead and reinforce another time, you can. I'm going to just bring it off to the side here. Take this short thread end, go underneath bridge threads or connector threads, there. And making a loop then, I'm going to take my needle and thread through that loop that I just made, which is going to create a knot. Creating that knot then, I want to make sure it's not around any seed beads. Give a nice tight yank pull. My needle fell off, so I don't have to take it off. That's nice. Go in with my thread zap or my thread burner. Burn down the thread end. And then right here at the end, I'll take that last little piece of thread that's hanging out right there and burn that down as well. If I want to, I can go in and I can use some glue along the end there, but when you burn it down, you're really not going to see it at all. From here, I'm going to go back to the other side now, to that starter side. Take off this stop bead, add my needle, and then I already have my 3 seed beads on ready to go in order to decorate that round duo, and proceed with the design, adding in about 1 more of my little hearts should do it for my length, and we'll get ready then to put in the loop for the clasp to sit on. So I have my 16 groupings here of my beads on, and I have 16 of my EVA beads, and then I have the total here when I'm looking at it is I'm going to have right about 9 round duos. You may need it to be a little bit longer, so generally in the start when we list the materials, we say a little bit longer because I tend to have a wrist that's on the smaller side when I'm looking at doing it. So I have my clasp here, and it's going to sit right inside of the button that I have. Because this is a one-stranded bracelet, I'm actually going to add the clasp now, and then I'll tie off the thread further back as I go in and add my little seed beads to the ends of my rounded to my drop duos. So I'm going to decorate the end of this round duo, just like if I would be continuing on, adding in 3 and circling around, 3 more coming out the end here. And then just like we did on the other side when we went in and we added in the actual clasp section, we're going to come out of the round duo and I'm going to add my 15 OC beads. So I'm going to take my 15 O's right here and I'm going to add 4 of them, and that's going to bring me basically to the start of the round duo bead. That 4 is going to be a key number. So you can see the difference. I'm actually going to pick up one of those gold 15 O's, that one that I took off for my stop bead. I'm going to add that on so you can see the loop that's created. From here you want to add about 28 to 30 depending on what kind of button and clasp you're using. If you're using a regular wire clasp, you may even want to use a wire guard at this point. And I'm picking up all of these little seed beads, kind of cleaning off my bead mat. Once I know that I have enough seed beads then on to do my clasp, I'm going to bring this thread and needle back through that gold 15. So I have my beads on here, and I need a little bit longer. And when I had told you to do about 5 feet of thread, that would be perfect for your project. I usually start out with a little bit shorter thread, that way it doesn't take as long to pull through on the video. So keep that in mind when you're looking at it, that if you think, oh, that thread's getting short, if you're watching this ahead of time before making, it is, but your 5 feet will get you there. So after I have my beads on, I'm going to come back down through that gold 15. Create my loop and pull my wire down, and then remember I put on 4 15s prior to that gold bead. I'm then going to take this thread and needle here at the end, go back into that round duo bead, that very last bead, and pull your needle out through that round duo bead, and that then is going to round this out here. I'm going to have to tie a little bit of thread on, but that thread's going to go inside there and you're left with your loop. Reinforce the loop then one more time. I'm going to add a little thread, and then I'm going to come down the pattern here, adding in my last 15s. 2 there, 1 here, 2 here, and then I get to tie off my project right around the end. Once it's time to be finished with the actual bracelet here, all I'm going to do is burn down after I tied off my thread right down to the project, and then again where I had to add here kind of at the end, burn down there. Once you have those burned ends done, your Queen of Hearts bracelet is completed, and you can really make it for different holidays. You can make it towards Valentine's Day, you can make it not towards Valentine's Day. Change up the colors. When I did the original, I didn't even see kind of the hearts popping in there. It wasn't my original intention. As I was grabbing colors, we decided, oh, it looks so much like a heart, we'll call it the Queen of Hearts, and that's how we got into the color range as well. So you can see how colors really affect the design and the pattern as well. Remember, if you need any of the materials, they're listed at the beginning of the video. And then I went ahead and used the lava red and the white lila luster and the Aztec gold to really bring that Queen of Hearts design and idea together. Also, if you need any of the links to the projects, right below the video, near the actual subscribe button as well as the like button are links so that you can get these different products from us online. Keep in mind you can get them from us at PotomacBeads.com and PotomacBeads.eu. We're happy to send them to you as well as all of this inspiration. If you like what you see, it's helpful to give a little thumbs up. Tell us what colors you're going to do the Queen of Hearts bracelet in, as well as you can subscribe to this YouTube channel so you get regular updates from us for videos like this one, as well as other important information, better beader episodes, and things that we think that you should know in order to unleash your creativity. As well, you can follow us on Facebook, Instagram, as on the website, and also if you want to become part of a great community, check out our Facebook group for beading and jewelry making. Show off your fun design ideas, give your opinions, get opinions, and really, again, check out all of the inspiring things that people do and unleash that creativity that I know is inside. As with every project, and making sure too that you're having fun while doing it. Enjoy making the Queen of Hearts bracelet, and thanks so much for watching.